All right. Hello. Welcome to our Gut Health 15, where we are giving you 15 minutes of a little bit of plexus, gut health, a 5-minute testimony, and then we're going to close with a few product overviews and get you in and out of here quickly. I'm Marla Stegman. I've been with Plexus now over 9 years, and I am a former school teacher, fitness instructor, all the things. And I was a huge skeptic before Plexus about supplementation. I did not understand what gut health was. So these products introduced me into a whole new world of digging in on why I feel so amazing, what is in these, because I hadn't ever felt so good. I finally had energy when I woke up. I wasn't taking ibuprofen. I didn't have my headaches. Just the list went on. Even though I joined to lose 10 pounds for my wedding, I lost the 10 pounds, but I stayed and kept taking it because of how I felt. I finally wasn't getting sinus infections, strep throat. I had acid reflux. I wasn't regular. Like, my list was long, and I thought it was part of aging because I was 52 when I started. I'm 60 now, and I can say I feel better now than I did in my 30s. So I wish I would have had these products when I was a lot younger. So anyways, what is Plexus? In a quick nutshell, we are the original gut health company. I started, like I said, in 2015. Our company is 16 years old, and it focuses on balancing our body's microbiome, supporting healthy glucose metabolism, which helps maintain a healthy weight and reduces systemic inflammation that is responsible for pain and weight gain. We also have skincare and kids products as well. We're a debt-free company, 16 years old. The products are sold in 5 countries: United States, Canada, Mexico, Australia, and New Zealand. We're GMP certified for potency and validation of ingredient claims. We're third-party tested for impurities, toxins, chemicals, and pesticides. We're globally sourced, only the purest form of ingredients are used. So that always makes me feel really good. All those things that we have in our favor. So if you're new here and haven't ordered the products, you're probably skeptical, but your friend who invited you did so because they care about you and they know that these products could probably help you, because gut-brain axis is a thing. Our microbiome heals a lot of things. And, I think I kind of made fun of this before I actually experienced what people were talking about. I think, oh yeah, like it helps with that. Oh, it helps with that too. I was always kind of like chuckling, thinking, oh, right. Because I watched for 5 months on social media, and thank goodness this person was consistent and posting and educating. And it just made me dig into what this was. And finally, I'm like, what the heck? I'm going to try it. I'm going to do it 60 days, lose the 10 pounds, get my money back. That was my plan 9 years ago. And here I am. I was full-time school teacher at the time, fitness instructor, and had a lot of odd jobs as well. And it is Teacher Appreciation Month also, and it's the end of May. Teachers are on their last days of school. So our guest tonight is Mika, who is a teacher currently. And so that's kind of fun that she's going to be on tonight sharing her health turn business story. I had no desire to start a business, not at all. But luckily, social media is a gift, because when I decided to share, I had no idea so many people were looking for what I had and needed these products. And then they would share with people, because we have a referral program with a link that helps you help others. And then when they order, you can get your products paid for. And no one wants to budget for these products, especially now with our inflation. So it's such a gift that we have with how our compensation plan is set up in our whole referral program. So with that, I would like to hand it over to Mika, and she's going to share her health turn business story. And if you have questions for her, put it in the chat, or for me, and we will answer those as well. Mika?
Okay. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much, Marla, for inviting me. So yes, my name is Mika. I live in a small town in central Iowa, and I started Plexus in the fall of 2016. I was just at a point in my life where I had been pouring into my kids, my family. I have 3 kids who are now all grown, but at the time I started 7.5 years ago, I had 2 boys in college and a daughter in high school, and money was tight. But I took on some extra responsibilities at work. The only ways that teachers can make extra money is by taking on extra responsibility. And I just decided with that extra money, I was like, I am going to do something for me. And it was literally the best investment that I have ever made. So I really wanted to lose some weight. I was about 30 pounds overweight. I I had been kind of thinking about, different things that I could do to lose weight. And my friend Beth had been posting about Plexus. And so when I was ready, that time was right for me. And I will say, she sent me a message one time about asking me if I'd be interested in sampling. And I didn't answer her because it wasn't my time. I wasn't ready. I didn't think I had the money. So anyway, but when the time was right, I remembered. And so I reached out to her. So anyway, I really just wanted to lose weight, but I was drawn to Plexus because of the way it balances blood sugars naturally. My mom is a type 2 diabetic, was diagnosed when she was probably in her 40s or early 50s. And at the time I was in my late 40s. And that was important to me. Like, I didn't want to follow her down that path because I saw what a struggle it was for her. So I got my first triplex, and I got started. And what I noticed first was the energy. I just felt better. Um, I never really had trouble sleeping, but yet I felt like I was just sleeping better. I just overall, I felt better. And so I stuck with it and I committed to it. And I didn't see a big change on the scale right away, which is why I started. But because I was feeling better, I kept going. And at that time in Plexus, we didn't have all the weight loss support products that we have now. And so I was just taking the triplex, which, if you don't know, is just the pink drink, Slim, which is called Slim, uh, Probio 5 probiotic, and then BioCleanse. And slow and steady wins the race, as I said on that combination. But what I really noticed was my sugar cravings went away, and I was maybe able to make better food choices, and I had more energy so I could go for a walk after work. I teach fourth graders, and I also coach our high school dance team. So I am busy, lots going on, but all those things, having the more energy and not as many sugar cravings, just I started to see the scale move. So it took me about a year, but I lost 30 pounds, and I have maintained it now for like 6.5 years. So I really feel like I have been able to maintain it because I did it in a healthy way. It wasn't a fad thing. I didn't make huge changes to my diet. I just, like I said, I didn't crave the junk. Like, the longer that I was using Plexus, the more my body I wanted the healthier things, and just plain water to drink. I drink a lot of water, and I didn't used to. Um, so I always say, I started for weight loss, but the joke was on me, because in addition to losing those 30 pounds and the energy that I mentioned, one thing I really noticed was I had a lot of joint pain. My hands used to hurt so bad. Like, I remember going to work and picking up a pencil and just ached. I don't have that at all anymore. So that was wonderful. And really, one of my favorite things is my better immunity. So I started Plexus long before the pandemic. And, I pretty much breezed right through all of that for the most part, and just very mild. But I am exposed as an elementary teacher, like, I'm exposed to all the germs, everything. And I truly just don't get sick anymore. Like, I can't remember, like, the last time I was really, really, really sick. If I always kind of joke, like, how when you get a cold, like, at first you feel it like in your throat, and then you start to get congested, and then you have it in your chest. And for me, that used to draw out for a week or two. Now, if I start getting a cold, like, I'll start to get that little, tickle in my throat. And then maybe the next day I might have to blow my nose. And then the next day I might have to, like, clear my throat, and then it's gone. So, so truly, the immunity part has been such a huge blessing to me. So I was using the products for about a year. And people were starting to ask me, because I didn't really tell anybody I was doing it. About a year later, I was losing that weight and people started saying, what are you doing? And so I realized at that time I'm like, God put this in my life for a reason. Like I told you, I had all these kids in school and so many activities and we couldn't afford all this stuff. And I knew that like I have this opportunity, like I need to share with my friends. So I truly started sharing just to help my friends get what I had. But as Marla said, I had a full plate already with teaching full time and coaching the dance team and all my kids. Like I wasn't looking for a business opportunity, but it was God, but it also kind of fell in my lap. So I decided to make a post, and it was like a year later. And now I look back and I think about how much extra income I could have earned in that year if I wouldn't have waited. But I posted like a before and during side by side picture. And within probably 2 or 3 days, I had helped 3 friends. So it just really snowballed. It just happened really fast for me. That, I was bold. I started sharing about it, and people started jumping on board with me, and it was super exciting, and it still is super exciting all these years later. So, those first few checks that I got from Plexus, like I remember, like I was always so stressed about how I was going to pay my daughter's bill at the dance studio. I mean, it's not cheap. And I was always constantly like moving money around, like, what am I not going to pay so that I can pay the dance studio and she can go to the next dance competition, or like really. And so the last couple of years when she was in high school, like I was able to pay the dance studio bill and not have to worry about it. And when she was a senior, she even got to do 2 solos, which is, another costume, another, all those fees for every time she performed it at a competition. And we hadn't taken our kids on a vacation since they were 6, 9, and 12. So when they were 18, 21, and 24, this was like a year and a half after I started sharing about Plexus, we took them on a cruise. And it was the best family vacation we ever had. It was shortly before, none of them had really significant others yet at that time. So it was just the 5 of us, and it was the best trip ever. So Plexus has brought so many blessings to our family. My daughter, who is again the baby, I even made the college payments with my Plexus income for her. So huge, huge blessing. And I'm just so glad I said yes. Oh, you're muted, Marla.
So she's mentioned she started with Triplex, which is what I started with as well, which is 3 products: the pink drink, the magnesium supplement, and the probiotic with digestive enzymes called Probio 5. So when we say Triplex, that's what she's talking about. So Mika, what did you jump to next? What was your next product you added?
I had the X Factor Plus multivitamin pretty quickly because I'd been taking like a Walmart multivitamin. And so I replaced that. It's a much better vitamin. And then I also fairly quickly, I added Ease, which also continued to help with the inflammation and that pain that I had talked about. So
Awesome. Do you use any of the other products?
I do. And Plexus just keeps coming out with great stuff. I do use the lean shakes. They are delicious. It's a protein shake, and it's super easy to take with me. I have a little blender at school, and I mix up a shake every day for lunch, and it saves me time and cheaper than school lunch. So yeah, so I use those. I use the collagen. I also put that in my shakes, and I use the active energy drinks. I lots of times mix that with my Slim too. So
Yeah, I always warn people like, well, if you try the product, you're going to want to share because you're going to love the product. And the bill keeps going up. So our referral program is such a great way to just share with your close family and friends. Usually it's the people you talk to all the time if you're sharing indirectly, or they start noticing, or you're mixing a pink drink in front of your friends and family, or sharing on social media. That really does open up this whole slew of, people that you didn't know that you probably wouldn't reach out to. Like my first 2 were people I wouldn't have reached out to, but they were looking for it, and they still order today, 9 years later. My first 3 people, they still do. That tells you something about the products. So anyway, I love your story, Mika. It was, I can't think of any other questions. Everyone's saying, great story. Someone put, I bet the shake is better than tasting than the school lunch.
Yes.
Truth. Great story, Mika. Thanks for sharing. Great story. Yes, yes. So, yeah, thank you so much. I want to honor everybody's time. It's already been 15 minutes. Dang. So I'm going to quickly talk about a few of the products that, but after this call, you can get in touch with whoever invited you or with me, and we can discuss kind of what your health symptoms are, what products would best meet your individual needs, and how to start them. Because with Plexus, it's different. You don't just take them like it says on the bottle, especially the gut health product. You need coaching. And a lot of times it's in a 3-way chat if that person is new to helping people, because we have to talk about medications. There can be detox. We start slow on our triplex because there can be detox. And we don't want anyone to get plugged up, because that can happen when you're detoxing. So there's an adjustment of, we go through 6 stages is what we call it on our chart, where you stage 1 and then you get up to stage 6, and then you go into maintenance dosing with our triplex. And if you would have told me 9 years ago, I would still be taking these products 9 years later and doing this, I would have said, you are crazy. Right, Mika? Agree? So never say never. This has been a great blessing. So talking about the products, the Slim, like she referred to, and I started with, we have 2 different formulas. There is a hunger control, which comes in 2 flavors, and a microbiome activating, which comes in a few flavors as well. So this one has more prebiotics in it that actually will enhance your gut health more. This one helps with your hunger control more. That's why it's called hunger control. So those 2, to decide which is better for you, you'd want to talk to your person that is helping you or with me. And another thing is a lot of people like to drink 2 Slim a day. Did you do 2 Slim a day, Mika, or 1?
I just did 1 a day. And when I started, it was also just the microbiome activating. And I feel like it helps my appetite suppressant as well. But also, I was just answering someone in the questions in the chat said, what did you use for lowering cholesterol? It's the Slim, the pink drink.
Yep. Yeah, because our pink drink has chromium polynicotinate, which balances blood glucose. And if you research insulin resistance, how insulin actually can work properly, you have to have the right amount of chromium. And the polynicotinate is a piece of that makes it even better. So that when you balance your blood glucose, that balances your master hormones, that balances everything. Your cholesterol will go down because there's less inflammation. Because when we get highs and lows in our blood triggered, that creates that inflammation. And a lot of people will drop their cholesterol. And what was it? Was there something else that you had as a benefit? I was thinking you didn't. You must have talked about them all. But anyway, next product is BioCleanse. You can order that in 3 different size bottles, because some people need a lot of it at the beginning. Some don't need any of it at the beginning. So it's very, it can be very different for each individual. That's where you want to be coached well on that. And then our Probio 5, like I said, it's a unique probiotic because it has digestive enzymes and an antifungal, which destroys the candida, the yeast that makes us toxic. Toxins hold on to that. And that's where the detox can come in. But I've had people tell me they would pay $100 for our bottle of Probio 5 that costs $34.95. And everyone keeps saying, when are they going to get a bigger bottle? Because the Probio 5, I think, is probably one of the #1 selling products in our company. We also have a great product called Vital Biome. This is another probiotic that it has psychobiotics in it, helps with anxiety, mood, depression, and lactose intolerance. The X Factor Plus is a great methylated multivitamin. That's what Mika was referring to as well. I started this as well, and this helps with menopausal issues, so many things. My iron levels went up. The active that she talked about, oh, my husband's watching something. It's really loud, sorry. if you heard that, but the active drink is our energy drink. That's a healthy energy drink. Has 100 milligrams of caffeine, but it comes from the L-theanine from the green tea leaf. So you're not going to get the jitters from it. And then we have an electrolyte. Everyone needs an electrolyte in their life. And ours is the best because we don't have any artificial dyes or sucralose or any sugars added as well. We also have something called Reset. I wanted to talk quick about that. It's a 3-day nutritional fast where it's a cellular detox. You actually can lose weight, but also if you don't need to lose weight, you really won't. So it is a cellular detox, like I said, helps reset your metabolism, and very simple. It has 68 grams of protein. So as we age, we all need more protein as well. Another product that she talked about is Ease. This is our turmeric-based product that helps with inflammation. And we also have Balance, which is a great weight loss add-in, and our MetaBurn as well, which is a thermogenic. And we have gummies to help us sleep, but they're not CBD. There's no drugs in this. This is all natural. There's tryptophan in here, GABA, and melatonin. So the mixture of those is great. I take one before bed. And then we have our skincare, European approved, takes out all the awful ingredients that the FDA allows in the United States, over 1,000, I think it is, ingredients. So we have a cleanser, we have an AM and a PM serum, and a collagen as well. And this replaced like 5 to 7 products for a lot of people, these 3. And it's so simple. I just love our skincare line. So without further ado, I think that's all I'm going to share about. We do have a teacher messenger chat at 9 o'clock tonight that I'm running. So if you're still curious and want to learn a little more, hear a few more testimonies, we do this in a chat format. So you can jump in there, just message me or whoever invited you, and you can get on that call too. So thanks so much for joining us. And if there's no questions, we'll sign off tonight. All right. Thank you all. No questions. Bye-bye.